Modern Warfare really is the gift that keeps on giving because Easter eggs keep being added to the game, and the ones I'm going to show you in this video are going to blow your mind. If you're a frequent viewer of my channel, you know that I post quite a few videos on Modern Warfare Easter eggs. Ones involving a Predator Easter egg and more recently a beach ball Easter egg on cargo. But today's Easter eggs are focusing on a Christmas theme, as with the recent update, Docs has got a winter update. With it comes some of the coolest Easter eggs I've ever seen in a Call of Duty multiplayer. I'd love to know in the comments section below if you're ever going to try this in a public gunfight game, and if you think these Easter eggs are absolutely awesome, then be sure to drop a like rating on the video right now and subscribe if you're new. But where do I begin? Winter Docks has an Easter egg which you can complete straight off the bat that enables every player in the game to wear a snowman hat and have a snowman carrot for a nose. That's right, I did just say that in a Modern Warfare game. Now, when you spawn into a game of Winter Docks, obviously you're going to be playing on Gunfight, which is 2v2. And obviously with that comes two different spawn sides. If you notice on Winter Docks, each spawn has two snowmen that you can see and shoot at. So if we start off on this side of the spawn, you want to make your way around here and then look up onto this rooftop, and you can see one of these snowmen right here. I mean, it sticks out like a sore thumb. It's even in the loading screen for the map, but there's one of them there. And then right here, you're going to see a second one, and that's the two snowmen that you're going to have on this side of the map if you spawn on this side. And as you make your way to the other side, if you're spawning on the other end, you're going to have two snowmen behind some fences. You've got one right behind there. There's going to be another snowman in another fence on the opposite side. Now, since there are two snowmen on either spawn, you're going to need at least two players in order to complete this Easter egg. Otherwise, you simply can't do it. And the way you do this is when you spawn in, both players on either side of the map, they have to shoot these two snowmen within the first 2 seconds or so of the game starting. And this is a lot trickier than it sounds to get this timing right, because both players have to spawn in pretty good locations so that they can get these shot as quickly as possible. If we take this example where I spawn on this end, I have a really great line of sight on that snowman straight away, and the other one's right behind me, so I get it instantly. And my other teammate managed to get a great spawn to see both snowmen through the fences very quick, and as you can see, it worked. And I mean, look at how cool this is. You have a full top hat on and your nose is a carrot, and this works for all players in the game, and I think this lasts for 1 life. So once you're dead, that's it. I doubt you'd ever be able to do this in a public gunfight match, as you'd have to tell the other players to do this Easter egg and get it timed as well. But if you've got 2 on each team, so 4 players in total, you could probably get this very, very easily if each player prioritizes 1 snowman. But definitely a super cool Easter egg. But we're not done, as the main feature on this map is we can activate Riley the Red-Nosed Reindeer pulling along Captain Price in Santa's sleigh. It sounds ridiculous, but this is absolutely awesome and one of the greatest Easter eggs I've ever seen. Now, in order to do this, you need to come to this side of the map from where I spawned in originally, and out the map, you're going to notice this building with a clock, and it's also got a weather vase above it. And you can see the time is ticking up. All we want to do is wait until both hands hit 12 and then shoot the weather vane that is above it. And as you can see, by shooting it at the right time, we'll spark some lightning down these lines and cause Santa Claus to spawn with reindeers before disappearing into the abyss. And there is so much to talk about with this Easter egg because there's so many things that are incredible about it. But straight off the bat, if you have no idea what this is a reference to, this references the amazing moment in the first Back to the Future movie where the Doctor risks life and limb to get Marty back to the future during a lightning storm. And it involves him climbing up to the clock tower, powering up this cable at just the right moment so that the lightning strike strikes from the clock tower through the wire, allows him to go back to the future. And this is the exact same thing that happens in this Easter egg. The lightning strikes the weather vase, causing the power to surge through the wires just like in the movie, spawning the sleigh to ride through the sky and then disappear, leaving those iconic trails behind of flames coming from the car, but this time it's coming from the sleigh. As you've seen from the thumbnail, that's no ordinary sleigh. It's not just Father Christmas and the reindeers, but it's actually a mixture of reindeers and Rudolph, who is now replaced with Riley, the infamous dog from Call of Duty Ghosts, who's pulling that sleigh along with a red nose. And in Santa's sleigh, you have Captain Price just chilling, riding in that sleigh, which I think is absolutely amazing. This is such a cool Easter egg, and I don't know if this map's going to be here forever, so I definitely advise you to check it out and try it before the winter update disappears so you can see this in-game for yourself. It can only be activated once per game, but it is an absolutely amazing Easter egg, and it just goes to show that the developers at Infinity Ward love their cult classic and pop culture Easter eggs. Now, I take no credit for these Easter eggs that I've just showed you, because the first one was a real head scratcher and was solved by O. Remy, who has solved pretty much every Modern Warfare Easter egg release so far, so big shout out to you. And the second one, the main one, big shout out to my friend Prestigious Key for solving this with Captain Rutger. I know they spent hours in game trying to work something out, and they managed to, which was amazing. I'm going to show you the clues that led up to solving this egg. So in one of the huts, you can actually see a little notice board where a note's been left by the video effects team, and it says, Santa, we're having problems with the sleigh. We'll need to add a little boost. What time are you planning on leaving? Which is straight away a little bit of a Back to the Future reference, but it goes even cooler because then you correlate by looking at the keys that are on the side here, and the 12th key is a key to Santa's sleigh. The rest are just pretty blank anonymous keys, but that is a direct reference right there that, hey, Santa's sleigh is somewhere on this map. So they put 2 and 2 together, and they looked at the fact that it said, what time are you leaving? And was like, hey, if we shoot this weather vane at 12 o'clock, it might actually work. And lo and behold, it does. But this map is not done because there are still more Easter eggs lying around. In the top floor of one of the houses, there's a Christmas tree, and there's tons of presents which are labeled from different developers, either to the family or other friends and developers. But on the floor are some really interesting scraps of paper. For any Infinite Warfare Zombies fans, you're definitely gonna like this one, especially when I saw this. And there is a piece of paper for a Spaceland employee letter. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh my god, crossover inbound? And unfortunately, I don't think it is, because I feel this is just a reused asset that they put on the floor in Spaceland. But nevertheless, the fact that this is in here is very, very cool. Regardless if this is a reused asset or not, it is still so cool to see this in here. And it really makes you think of the what if when it comes to IW Zombies, if they could ever continue it on or not. But we're not done, because if you saw my previous Easter egg video showing you the beach ball Easter egg, it's sort of a Noah's Ark reference where you have to shoot 2 sets of different animals, and all of these were stuffed toy animals, with the only ones you didn't need to shoot were Loch Ness monsters and unicorns. If you aren't aware already, then the Loch Ness monster soft toy is actually a reference to Titanfall 1, 2 and Apex Legends, as a lot of the developers that worked on those games now work at Infinity Ward. But the Loch Ness monster and unicorn appear again inside this map, and if you go onto the first floor on one of these buildings, you'll see a little bit of a grated out area where you can see tons of toys in the background, and you can see the Loch Ness monster toy sitting there front row looking at you. And it's really, really cool they added this into another map again. And if you look very closely in the background, you can also see a unicorn stuffed toy. Aside from that, there are a few other nice little touches around the map. On one of the huts, when you go through the door, you do see a little bit of mistletoe hanging underneath, so if you want to have some fun with your enemies before you take them out, you might want to consider running under there. You've got this lovely, lovely fireplace going where you've got these stockings on where it says Merry Christmas, and there's also a nice reference for those that don't celebrate Christmas but might celebrate other traditions. Infinity Ward has covered all bases and got you covered. Overall, I just love everything they've done with this map for these Easter eggs. They didn't have to do any of this stuff, but it seems that the teams that make these maps absolutely love designing these Easter eggs, and I feel like these are only the starts of some very advanced, cool things that we're going to see in the future when it comes to Easter eggs in future games. But if you enjoyed this video, video, guys. Let me know what you thought of all these eggs down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed, drop a thumbs up right now, and be sure to check the description to check over Oremi's channel and Prestigious to say thanks for finding these Easter eggs. But I want to know down below in the comment section, what do you guys think of these Easter eggs? I think this is one of the coolest things that Infinity Ward have ever added into a multiplayer map for an Easter egg. Like, we've had Winter Crash, we now have Winter Docks, which doesn't seem quite as exciting as Crash because that's iconic, but then adding in an Easter egg like this is so awesome, and it really makes me feel like the future is bright for Easter eggs in Modern Warfare multiplayer maps. They're only going to get bigger and better with this, and the fact that it's Captain Price in that sleigh being dragged along by Riley, the most controversial dog in all of video game history, it is just so comical and amazing. Thank you to the devs at Infinity Ward